Hello and namaste all the pharmaceutical professionals. Welcome to PharmaPill. We are back again with yet another video. In today's video, we will learn about ICHQ1D guideline. This guideline talks about bracketing and matrixing designs for stability testing of new drug substances and the products. Friends, do you know that ICHQ1D guideline was published in Feb 2002? And this guideline is divided into two main parts. Those are introduction and guidelines. Under introduction, you will find objective, background and scope. So nothing much is there in introduction part, so we won't discuss this. So today we will mainly focus on second part, that is guidelines part, and under this we will try to understand bracketing and matrixing designs. So let's get started. Friends, bracketing and matrixing are the designs of stability schedule. With the help of these, we can skip or reduce the stability testing. Let us try to understand the definition of bracketing. In bracketing design of a stability schedule, samples on the extreme of certain design factors are tested at all time points. And bracketing design assumes that the stability of any intermediate level is represented by the stability of extremes tested. So what is the meaning of this definition? What we will do, we will take the example of bracketing design. In this table, the example has been given and we will understand the meaning of bracketing with the help of this table. In this table, you can see that there are total 3 strengths of a drug product, 50 mg, 75 mg and 100 mg. And each strength is having 3 container sizes. Those are 15 ml, 100 ml and 500 ml. If you will observe table carefully, then you will find that 50 mg is the lowest strength and 100 mg is the highest strength and 75 mg is the intermediate strength or in between strength. Similarly, with respect to container size, 15 ml is the lowest container size, 500 ml is the highest container size or the largest container size, and 100 ml is the intermediate container size. So as per bracketing design, we will do the testing of 50 mg and 100 mg for all time points, and we can skip the testing of 75 mg. If data of 50 and 100 mg will found satisfactory, then data of 75 mg will also be considered satisfactory. Similar way, for container size, we will do the testing of 15 ml and 500 ml container sizes for all time points, and we will skip the testing of 100 ml container size. If data of 15 ml and 500 ml container size found satisfactory, or we can say that the stability of 15 ml and 500 ml container found satisfactory, then 100 ml will automatically be considered as satisfactory. So this is what bracketing says. Now what we will do, we will try to understand matrixing. Definition of matrixing design. In matrixing design of a stability schedule, a selected subset of the total number of possible samples is tested at a specified time point. At a subsequent time point, another subset of the samples is tested. And the design assumes that the stability of each subset of samples tested represents the stability of all samples at a given time point. Now, what is the meaning of this definition? So what we will do, we will take the examples of these two matrixing design, and we will understand what exactly this definition says. First, we will take the example of this 1/2 reduction. As you can see in this table, we are having two strengths, S1 and S2. Each strength is having 3 batches, batch 1, batch 2, batch 3, and they are being tested at different time points. Those are 0 month, 3 month, 6 month and up to 36 month. See in the table for 3rd month time point, there are total 6 subsets, or we can say that there are total 6 samples for analysis. Now if we are applying 1/2 reduction matrixing, then we can skip the testing of 3 subsets and we have to analyze the remaining 3 subsets for 3rd month. Now why we skip 3 subsets, why not 4? Answer is half of the 6 will be 3 only, na? That's why we are calling it as 1/2 reduction matrixing. In same way, you just see for 6 month time point, there are total 6 subsets for analysis. Here we have to make sure that whatever subset I have skipped in the 3rd month, those one I am not skipping again. And we have to make sure that the earlier skipped sample sets or the subsets in the 3rd month, they are analyzed in the 6th month. So this is all about your 1/2 reduction. So we have understood the concept of 1/2 reduction matrixing. Now we will understand the 1/3 reduction. Under this design of matrixing, what we will do, we will skip the testing of 1/3 of the total testing samples, or we can say that we will skip the testing of 1/3 of the total subsets. As you can see in the table, for third month time point there are total 6 subsets. Now what will be the 1/3 of 6? It will be 2. So we can skip the testing of 2 subsets for the third month, and similarly you can check for the 6 month, 9 month, 18 month, 24 month. And friends, one thing you might have seen that for the table, this 1/2 reduction and 1/3 reduction, in both the tables we are not skipping the testing for 0 month, 12 month and 36 month. So what can be the reason for that? Friends, the reason is clearly written in your guideline. Let me tell you, according to your guideline says that we have to do the full testing at initial and end time points along with the intermediate time point. So your initial and end time points are 0 month and 36 months. So that's why we are not skipping the testing at 0 month and 36 month. And what is the reason for not skipping the testing for 12 month? The reason for not skipping testing for 12 month is that, friends, generally what happen, if we have to get approval of any drug application from the FDA, we have to submit minimum 12 month data to the FDA. Up to minimum 12 month data we have to submit, then only we can get the approval for our drug application. So that is the reason for 12 month also we have to do the complete testing. We cannot skip any testing at the 12 month. Friends, if you will observe these two tables, 1/2 reduction and 1/3 reduction, then you will find that each table is having total 48 subsets for testing. In 1/2 reduction table, if I am doing the 1/2 reduction of the total subset, then 1/2 should come 24. But ideally it is coming 15. The reason behind is that we are doing the complete testing at 0 month, 12 month and 36 month. Similar way for 1/3, for total number of subsets is 48 and 1/3 of the 48 will be 16. So ideally we should skip the 16 number of subsets in case of 1/3 reduction. But actually 16s are not being reduced. It is reducing only 10 subsets. The reason behind is that because we are doing the full testing at 0 month, 12 month and 36 months. So friends, we have understood the concepts of bracketing and matrixing. Now the question arises, can we apply this bracketing and matrixing to all the batches? The answer is no, friends. Before choosing the batch for bracketing or matrixing, you must fulfill certain requirements. Like as you can see in this diagram or in this example, there is a product which is having a common blend, and from that common blend you are making 3 different strengths, 10 mg, 20 mg and 30 mg. In this case you can apply the bracketing and matrixing. Another example you can see on this picture that there is a 10 mg strength and you are packing it into 3 different container sizes, 50 cc, 100 cc and 200 cc. So here you can also apply the bracketing and matrixing. And one more thing you people have to keep in mind, that before applying bracketing and matrixing we must have the information about the product, that what can be the variabilities observed. There must be information about products shelf life. So all these things you must take into consideration before applying the bracketing and matrixing. So friends, I hope you people have understood the bracketing and matrixing. If you are still having doubts, then I will request you people to please visit ICH website. From there you can download the guideline copy and you can read it. In my next video, what I will do, I will bring a question answer on bracketing and matrixing, and I will try to cover some of the key points which I think I have missed in this video. And one final request to all of the viewers, that let us try to keep our surroundings neat and clean and not to throw any of the waste into the open areas. So friends, thank you so much for watching the video. Bye bye and happy learning.
स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा कर लिया हमने, देश से अपने वादा।